How is everybody? I hope everyone's doing well. Um, just wanted to come on for a little bit and say hi. Um, I may have a friend join shortly. Um, I'm just burning some sage. Hello, many blessings to you, many blessings to me. For you. And yeah, I might be talking with a friend, just casually hanging out. We might be going over some things as well, as we typically do when we gather and talk with like minded people, people who are part of the tribe. Yeah, come on in, say hi. I'm only going to be on for a little bit, and I'm moving around a bit right now. So. Get yourself some tea or some water. And how was your Friday night going? I'm so full. I just had so much food, and that's a blessing. I'm tired, and I am looking forward to saying hi for a little bit. I'm just going outside right now. So sorry if I am moving around all over the place. So, um, I do offer and do card readings. I do healing. So cards is one thing that I can do. Email me, descriptions in the box. You can comment, and I will do reading for free or a small donation on here. Um, Small reading. So yeah, more than welcome. You can drop a question, and I can pull cards on it. Very easy, very simple. I've done many divination events, um, and I would love to relay those messages for you if you would like. Just let me know. Right now, I'm just hanging out, and I won't be doing that unless somebody asks. So I'll keep on mentioning it, but I'm just out back smoking, and my neighbors are throwing a party. Hi, Josiah. How are you? How's your Friday? I know most lives when somebody smokes isn't necessarily for card readings, but we're people too, and sometimes I smoke tobacco. Um, and there's nothing wrong with that either, by the way. Addiction is one thing, but tobacco in its own sense, if you're smoking a good tobacco every once in a while, isn't a problem. I don't do that. I smoke way too much, and I know it. But that in its own, Native Americans, they didn't have like cancer or problems with their lungs because they didn't abuse it, and it didn't have rat poison like the cigarettes we smoke. Hi, Mimi. How are you? Farm and range. Man, that robe looks comfy. It is so comfy. I wear this robe all the time. It's my nighttime robe, and whenever I do shorts, you'll see tons of shorts with this robe. It's great. It's like a little comfort blanket for me. Hello, the honored one. Hi, everybody. How are you? Mimi, how are you? How was your Friday? Hopefully this will work. I am maybe going to be talking with somebody on here as well. I invited a friend to join the live, which will be fun and interesting. Like-minded soul, tribe member, and we always have good conversations. I think it's always really beneficial to see people come together and talk about things, um, especially like two people who are kind of on a similar path. So, like tribe, divine, spiritual paths. It can be really unique to see those kinds of people come together. And I think it's beneficial to see. I remember when was watching that online a lot. I was like, wow, like conversations between male and female that are beneficial and positive and on a path of similarity, um, or on any spiritual path. It's really interesting to see them interact if they're in integrity. um, so not saying that we aren't, we shall see, but I think that that's always beneficial. And I love and enjoy my friends. Mimi, I'm so glad. It's been all right. Okay, I hear that. So I'm good. I had a fluff this evening though. Like this evening wasn't that great. So I kind of took some time and came out of that. I like to be transparent about my life and who I am. Um, but yeah, so just personal kind of stuff. Um, and earlier today, I felt absolutely amazing. So it's really difficult when like the day shifts like that. But sometimes that happens. Kind of have to understand the most that you can, and then do what feels good, and resettle, and then jump back into when you're ready, whatever's calling. And I also do readings, I had mentioned prior, but if anybody wants a reading, more than welcome to comment, and I will pull some cards for you. I love doing cards. I've done it for a while. Um, done a lot of divination events. So you can comment any question, or if you want a personal reading, you can email me. Here it will be on for free or a small donation, um, depending on the read. My name is just going party. Yeah, right, Mimi. I know. It's yeah. Sometimes it's things that are outside of us. Sometimes it's intermingling with people or not being the right timing or fit, issues that can arise. I'll tell you though, conflict, like, it's such a difficult thing to go through on earth, and it's such a learning experience. Learn, learn, and move forward. um, Anger is never worth it unless it's like protecting self defense or something like that. Defense of another. I'm so tired. I apologize. Yeah. Yeah. How was your Friday, Mimi? Farm and Range, the honored one. Sorry, I had to go log on to my other. Appreciate the like. You're more than welcome to ask any questions. You're more than welcome to love reading, finances, family, personal, anything. I hear that. Absolutely. So it's nighttime where you are. Cool. We're probably on similar time zone. Mimi, so great to have you as a subscriber. And I love your name. I have a friend named Mimi, which I know I had mentioned. Yeah, I might as well. I was gonna invite well, I did invite my friend, and he's kind of like coming. Well, I'm here. He will be on here, not to my house. Um, but I don't know if I'm gonna wait. 'Cause I already was like, I'm just gonna talk him really quick. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. That's good to hear. That's good. That's the point, you know? That's really the point. Give some love and comfort. Um, but yeah, what kind of things are you interested in, Lee? Like hobbies? I just thought about like certain hobbies that people have. Like, what did I used to do when I was young? I rode horses and I did a lot of things that were outdoors. I also love movies. I played games. I played a lot of video games. Mm. And I'm drinking a tea. Hobbies. Hmm. Love a good tea. Mm, mm, mm. I had coffee today, and I am not supposed to be drinking coffee, and it didn't do me very well, anxiety wise, stomach wise, the whole thing. But it was so good and worth it. Yes, what are the hobbies? Sorry, I'm chatting with my friend if he's coming on or not. On the live, he will be joining. He's so great. I want you guys to meet him. I know it is. It's delicious, and it makes me feel good. That's the thing about coffee. Like it really, caffeine is a very powerful substance. But it just gives me more energy, and I think that that's something that's been kind of hard to like get over is like having your own energy. Right. There's a fire truck or ambulance. But yeah, like caffeine adds energy to you, so it gives you like false energy, technically. Um, and if you don't have it, you operate on your own and you recognize that you don't have as much as you would like and you need more sleep and rest and things like that that will help um, and eat well. Like natural fat is really good for energy. Yeah, what are your hobbies, Mimi? And do you drink coffee? How old are you? well, you don't have to tell me your age, but this isn't really alive for children, though, I would say. I mean, a lot of the content I do actually would probably be fine for children. It's probably really good for children, but then some of it is not. So that's why I said not children, just because of swearing and other adult related things that children don't really need to be seeing. I don't think children need to be seeing very much at all, like on the internet that isn't for a child. But they do. And that's that. That's where that's at. Joshua! Okay, my friend is gonna be joining. Hello, Joshua.
What's
How are you?
good?
How are you?
Bless. And
I'm good.
yourself?
I'm good. I'm good.
That's what's
It's
up.
so good.
So what
How are you? Did you enjoy the volleyball? Did you go to volleyball? How
definitely. Yeah.
how
What up,
was it?
Mimi? Yeah, you got your subscriber right there. That's what's up.
I'm chatting with Mimi here. There's been a few people that's come in. But yeah, I was just telling them too that I might be inviting my friend on if you want to come in just to chat for a little bit and yeah, just for fun. And if there's anything that we feel we want to talk about as we typically do,
Right? Knowledge.
happens like when people come together that are a part of like a similar wavelength or tribe, like I was kind of saying on here. Um, and when people have, yeah, knowledge or insight that they can share, you know, yeah,
What up, Mimi? I'm Josh. Pleasure to meet you. Originally from Hawaii. But yeah, in Cali.
yeah, you can say anything about yourself. Josh is from Hawaii.
Yeah, but I live in Cali, so
Where?
well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, what's the topic for tonight? Like what we're talking about?
Um, I didn't really have one in mind. I didn't go over that with you prior. Is there anything that you would like to talk about? What's on your
Dude,
mind?
I'm still tripping on that whole full circle that I was talking about with you earlier about how water is source. Like I'm considering putting it on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what
But
is
just
this?
to kind of tap Mimi into it since she's there. So Mimi, I'm gonna explain what I was talking to Freya about. Right. So I had a conversation earlier today with one of my brothers, and we were talking, and we brought the topic up of water stores energy and water stores memory. Then religion came up. And in religion, as far as biblical terms, it states that to replenish yourself, go to water. In spirituality, we say to replenish yourself, go to source. Now, water is the source of all life. We are 80% water, salt water and fresh water, combination freshwater cells. Now, with that in mind, when we die, our water does not just evaporate in thin air. It is absorbed by nature, absorbed into the dirt, absorbed into nature, which then precipitates into the clouds and replenishes the earth, the rivers, and the ocean.
Mm,
Our skin absorbs water. So, the evidence of genetic memory and the explanation for why you can do certain things that you never thought of or having other people's memories is there in itself. It's a full circle. Water is the source of all life on earth.
right. Yeah, isn't that interesting when you really think about it? Because they say that water holds memory.
Yeah, it does. There's been multiple scientific evidence to prove that factor. But
Yeah,
yeah, just mind blowing though when you think about it.
really is. It's pretty mind blowing.
But what's even more mind blowing is the hidden codes that has been in entertainment. Like think about it. Disney talked about the circle of life. Every vegetable that we eat has evolved with that water source that came from us as far as humanity.
Mm, right. Yeah.
Right? Like what did they say? Eat your vegetables, eat the meat, all that proteins, whatever. Even if you're vegetarian, what I mean? I apologize, if you're vegetarian. But in that sense, the water that is absorbed by nature also comes from us. So technically, on a humorous fact or comedic level, we're all cannibals.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. Well,
saying.
very on a very I've actually thought about that before because like I was vegetarian for a while and I was actually a vegan for a while. I know, Mimi, isn't that interesting? So interesting. This is the kind of stuff that we think about. And
Like tonight, oh, I apologize. Go ahead. No
Josh has so
disrespect.
okay. Josh has so many wonderful revelations and like big breakthroughs and things like that, which is really cool because I often think like that too. We have really big thoughts and they're massive, really, but when they happen all the time, it's just like it just kind of all comes together in some kind of language, you
I mean, I'm still
know.
grateful for it though. You know what I mean? Like even though it's like it's on a constant, it there's still the gratefulness in it. You know what I mean? Like the appreciation
Yeah,
because there is so much NPCs in the world that are stuck in their own illusion of their reality.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
For me, there's like still so much like maybe sometimes less excitement, which is actually kind of comforting because like for a while getting such big thought stuff was like
Maybe it's
too
like the wonder of the world.
much energy. Yeah, right. But yeah, it's still just as exciting, even though I'm more familiar with it. It's like the path. It feels like the way. It's always the home. It's always the calling. Like it's always kind of the light at the end of the tunnel. Like whenever I feel a bit lost, seeing those synchronicities or having those thoughts or revelations, like does show me personally that like I'm on track, like
All
with my
right.
stuff. Yeah.
And it's interesting that you state revelations because in even when it comes to religion or theology, what I mean, the idea of what they created as far as revelation. I mean, what's the actual term of revelation? Something new, bringing forth something new, right? I mean, why
Mm,
should we fear that? It's an adventure, you know.
mm, yeah.
Like, why would you? I guess demoralize it in a sense.
Mm,
I mean, like think about it. The term revelation in itself, a new beginning. Like, why? I mean, dude, I grew up Seven Day Adventist and I grew up Pentecostal. You know what I mean? But I've been to so many different churches, Mormon churches, Catholic churches. I mean, even started studying a little bit of Islamic, just theology in general. But there's like an interwoven in all of it, though, right? You know,
yeah, I didn't even know that it meant that. I think of revelation as like a thought, like a big
well,
thought.
I mean, in the sense of epiphany, but yeah, it's the definition. I believe it's basically a new beginning, a new start, a fresh start.
That's really interesting. Yeah, I didn't
I
grow
mean,
up
it's
going. Oh, sorry, go
oh,
ahead.
no, no, go ahead, finish your sentence. It's all good. I have respect for females, divines, divine queens. So,
David. I didn't grow up going to church at all. So I don't like know any of the terms for what they mean.
well,
Like
no, I mean, so like, Revelation is the last, They talk about the second coming of Jesus, which basically talks about reincarnation, talks about the chosen, all that. You know what I mean? But it was more of like put in a sense like as a kid growing up, learning this, like it was taught to us like a horrific, you know what I mean, end of the world, the new
Yeah.
world order. But like if you think about it analytically, and by the way, Mimi, I'm a neurodivergent. I'm a high functioning autistic. Oh, she has to go to bed. Well, good night. You have a wonderful evening. It's a
Sleep
pleasure
well.
meeting you.
Thanks for stopping in, and I'm glad that you enjoyed, and I hope that you have a wonderful sleep. And I hope to see you next time.
Definitely. Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Josh. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying, like, dude, in a sense, man, like, even creating the fear tactic of like the New World Order. But when you think about it analytically or logically and rationally, if you go to a restaurant, I mean, this is the best analogy I can give for it. You go to a restaurant and your order comes out wrong. What do? You send it back and you request for a new order. There is so much wrong in the world right now. Why would a New World Order be a bad thing?
Yeah, well, I think that that's like the whole idea around it, but
Right?
it's really because I actually will normally not send the food back.
Have a great night, Mimi.
Maybe I'll see
Dude,
you
you
next
have awesome subscribers. Oh my gosh.
day or he. I'm not too sure, or they. I'm not too sure. Um, they, them. I don't know. Intuitively, I'm very open and uh friendly with all gender expressions. By the way, that's no
We
problem.
are
Just
more sentient beings.
I'm very in that community. But
Actually, that
yeah,
brings up a good topic. Like, so question, right? If you respect all, like everything, like as far as like even that, you know, acronyms and gender, you know what I mean, appropriate, like everything, right? Just in general.
uh,
Now, if they respect you, I mean, it's kind of a conundrum in a sense. Like, if they respect you, why would they be upset if he called they a him if he was born a he?
for making the mistake, right? Yeah, I think that it goes both ways. I think that there's equality
Yeah.
though, and understanding that that even if it doesn't make sense for me or if I don't get it, that somebody else does. Like I have that experience with um more mundane people all the time where something I say might not make sense at all to them and I have to validate myself and be like, it makes sense to me. Like I know what I mean and what I said and what that means to me. And so with
But
that as well,
you're already validated though, so you don't have to validate yourself because your expression is yourself. You know what I mean? As you are your expression.
okay. And so
You feel me?
expecting their expression though, I think does have to do with like humbling myself to acknowledge what they would like to be called.
I
Uh,
mean, like I respect that, and like, dude, if someone wants to be called they, them, who, her, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I appreciate that and I respect it. You know what I mean? Like, and I will do my best and put my best efforts into respecting their belief system or whatever they want to be called. Like, you know,
yeah,
but at the same point, like, there should be an equal balance of respect on that point, though, too. Like, if I made the mistake, you know, not based on assumption, but just based on physicality, forgive me, but also respect me that, you know what I mean? Like, that I owned up to it. Like, I took accountability.
they do,
Because
right?
you know what I mean? Like,
Do.
it's such an interesting concept, but it just boils down to straight respect. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like,
But how is somebody gonna show respect other than to just like not be upset with you? Be like, okay.
right.
I think that that's the most appropriate way to be like, but that has to have a give and take where the other person has to be like, "Oh, okay, like, I'm sorry, what would you like to be called?" You know, and there has to be that to be able to be like, "Okay,
Right.
other people." I don't think people should have to accept being called a she or a he, which I do see happening a lot in like media or like the public who are talking about this, like on the other side, where it's like I should be able to say whatever works for me, and it's like yes, but also like if they correct me or if I care to ask, then like and they tell me, then I want to appreciate that. Like I hung out with a lot of non-binary people a few years ago, like a whole group. I did a festival with them. Like I almost thought that I was non-binary for a period of time. I kind of still flow within a lot of non-binary understandings, but I'm not non-binary as a gender. Like I do identify as a female. So I'm not non-binary. I don't identify also as a male. But
Well, I mean, I have friends that are non-binary. I mean, but I mean, at the same point, it's
Dan, what I'm
you
trying to
know,
say is
like,
if somebody wants to be set called they or them, like I totally get that. Like I totally
I
get
don't
it.
know, I respect it, dude. I respect it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, dude, to each their own. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that. That's not that hard, bro. It's just titles at the end of the day. You
Yeah, I
know?
mean, and whatever works for people, but for me, like it boils down to the like um just feminine like feminine and masculine within me
Well, I mean, the
that
duality. Yeah. Like, I get
understands,
that.
understands the non-binary thing. And it's like, isn't it in all of us? But
Mhm. That's all.
yeah.
No, I get it, dude. I get it. And it's just interesting concepts, though. You know, like, oh, I told my friend this, and I don't. I apologize if I'm bouncing around from subject to subject, but I mean, you know how we do. So,
I'm tired, so you're
did
just
you- so
like,
I told my friend this that, in just within this context in itself, right? Like, your subconscious mind already knows that everybody is family, everybody is one. Like, literally, your subconscious mind and your heart already knows that because you think about it. People, even when they're angry, they're like, "Bro, for real, bro," without even considering the fact that you are not related to this person. You are calling them brother. You know what I mean? Like, whether you're angry or happy, negative or
all
positive, subconsciously you know in your heart that you are calling this person brother. Yet it doesn't affect you to that level to really realize, like, yo, before
all
you even spoke, your mind already told you to call him bro or sis or whatever. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah. It's like these little ways that we show love.
Right? I'm just saying though, like, it's just
No, that is
the
so
mind.
true.
The mind is a beautiful thing and an amazing thing.
You know, there is like, yeah, there is so much love like out in the world. Like, there's as much as there is pain and difficulty, like it
I
can
mean, there has
switch.
to be a balance. There
But
has to be a balance. You know what I
huh?
mean? It's like the same thing with it. There has to be a balance. Like within everything, like even alchemy, dude. There's a balance. There's a give and take, right? Yin and yang, dualities. I mean, you can't have courage without fear. You know what I mean? You can't have joy without sadness. You can coexist within it, but there has
That's
to be both.
that is so interesting. I've never thought about that like with courage and fear because that's like a really clear example of that.
Right? I mean, it's. I
It
mean, they talk about it in so many different religions, so many different cultures, anthropology, all that. You know what I mean? Like ideology, philosophy. It describes it all.
yeah, it rides on the back of courage, you know, fear,
Hmm.
like how it looks like to me. Like It's really interesting. Yeah, they are present. They are all present together. Yeah, man. Oh,
You look so tired, and that's not something that should be said to a beautiful woman. So I apologize, but you look
shit.
exhausted. You must have been super productive today.
I was kind of protective. I think it was just like a very long week. And also just like I had a coffee today and I felt really great. And then like the evening, as I had told you, like kind of went. I think just kind of like tired. But yeah, it happens. Those balances, those shifts. Um, yeah. But yeah, I'm good. I'll probably be on for a little.
That's what's up. But I mean, I just thought about something, dude, and it's a trip when you think about it. Like even within the universal, or even just the universe itself, the complexity and intricacy of the balance. You know what I mean? Think about it. Like tonight was tonight we were both excited to jump on, but the distractions that were created to prevent this from happening, and yet this still happened. You know what I mean? So like the positives and the negatives, and then having to realign yourself and rebalance yourself for this to actually come into existence.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that's what I was thinking. Like I was also really tired prior and I was like, maybe we'll do this another time, like it's meant to happen at a different time. And
Right?
then like through I guess just the sequence of events, like those things happened. It was like, all right, I'll just kind of flow with the next moment. But
Mm-hmm.
it is good. I feel glad that, we came back on.
No, definitely. Are you outside right now?
Um,
You were both outside? What? That's crazy.
uh, I hang out outside a lot. Like, yeah.
Try to
My
see if the
neighbors
moon's out.
are having to,
Oh, dude, the moon is out, bro. I don't know if you can see it.
oh, I can't really see it from here.
It's right there.
Mhm. For you. Oh, yeah, I see it. That's so cool. Can you? Oh, yeah, I can see it right above me. Let me see if I can show it.
You know, I learned a while back that, well,
Mhm.
that's, dude, your moon is prettier than mine.
This just looks really bright right there.
All right. So I learned a while back, and this goes back to that whole water concept, the hypothesis of water.
Mhm.
So, based on my ex being a registered nurse who worked in a convalescent home and around the elderly, some that were dealing with, mental disabilities such as bipolar and whatnot, you know what I mean? On a full moon, a lot of them would change, right? And I'm not talking like werewolf type shit or type energy, you know what I mean? I'm talking about like their behavior patterns would change. Like
Mhm.
they would start screaming, yelling, I don't know. And I've been there. Like I was there one night and I was like, multiple nights, but I'm like, yo, like this amazing elderly woman that, she suffered from dementia, always hit on me every time. But I showed up and she was screaming at me for no reason. And I'm like, dude, like, it's a full moon. But to think that even the full moon controls the tides of the ocean
Yeah.
to be able to affect the water within our system, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To create behavioral changes, that's interesting. Just all tied in.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's a part of like the what right? So like the magnetic pole, I think. that comes from the poles as well as the energy from the moon. The moon itself is what dictates like a woman's cycle as well as like the waves. So it's pretty powerful. I mean, we're all connected to it, even though, for the more severe mental issues, I think we see it more, but I think all of us are sensitive to that. I know I am. Like I can feel when it's a full moon for sure.
That's what's up.
Every moon. But I've like attuned to it.
It's
So
kind of
I think that it's a trip when you see it like that. That's I've heard that say that like it's institutions or struggling with um, something like bipolar, schizophrenia, or something like that typically have their outbursts based on the moon. But so do so many people. So it's really like eclipses, those can all be really
you know, I'm not trying to say that these are just titles that are given, right? But in some cases, like I've learned that what is once believed to be schizophrenic or schizophrenia, as far as people hearing voices, I've also learned that through clairvoyance, that some people do hear voices of spirits. Now,
yeah,
does like what I mean? There's that borderline or that thin line that you know through medical science that they're gonna determine that oh, they're schizophrenic. But I've also learned that some people just have gifts that they're capable of hearing voices of the past that guides them. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of a trip.
it is. I think that it's we don't know, but I think that the thing that kind of, like determines that is whether or not they're able to stay grounded and have some kind of like understanding of like their normal life and like live somewhat like take care of themselves, like eat, bathe, all these like normal things. Like if if it dictates and takes them away from that, then that's normally when somebody gets labeled as something, which I don't really agree with because
Or
I
they get
mean,
lost in the rabbit hole and they
you're still
separate themselves from the dual realities,
uh, just got lost in the sauce.
right? Now, I had a friend one time at the gym ask me that. He was like, "How do you prevent yourself from getting lost in the reality and not the illusion?" You know what I mean?
Get
I mean,
lost
even if go ahead.
lost in the reality.
Well, behind that veil, like knowing what is real and what isn't. But then it's also like the perspective of it all. Like, how do you determine that what they're hearing isn't real? I
Yeah.
mean, like, I mean, the evidence of absence is not the absence of evidence, or vice versa. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think that it's like the ability to be grounded and then whether or not the thoughts are true, which like can be kind of tested in some way. Like um
I mean, do you think it's an equal balance? I mean, again, like our bodies absorb, our skin absorbs this energy and these memories. So for every positive, there's a negative, right? For every positive emotion, there's a negative emotion as well, whatever's expelled. So If you're a positive person, law of attraction, you're going to attract positivity based on the vibration and frequencies that you're putting out into the world. So, with that state of mind, if you have self doubt or you self deprivate or anything within that nature, subconscious, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you know, do you think that what you are absorbing, as far as the energy wise, whether it's spiritual or not, plays that negative impact in your life where the voices that you're hearing are negative, telling you to do things or telling you horrible things? You know what I mean? But if you're a positive person, then
Yeah.
what you hear would be positive voices or reinforcement, support, love. You know what I mean?
Uh, I mean, I think that's where it comes down to the ability to take care of oneself, and what determines a mental illness is like when we can't. And so, like, if somebody, like for me, if I heard a bunch of negative voices, I would check that real quick at this point. Be like,
Right. But
like what
here's the funny part about that too. I mean, dude, like I tend to be my own devil's advocate, but um, like I learned right a while back that through science, to, to theorize and to come to a conclusion is by proving that it's wrong. Now, or the equation is wrong. Now, if you can't prove that the equation is wrong, then it's got to be right. But medical is science in itself. So if you can't prove that it's right or wrong, how do you prove that they're schizophrenic?
you prove that there's a mental illness, right? That like whatever
Right. I get that.
that like whatever so that's where like schizophrenic is just the label, the language being used, but like whatever you want to call it, that there is a dis a dis ease happening like within the mental system. So like for me, I can hear voices, but it doesn't bother me. It's like, oh, okay, that's probably what that is. If it's a negative voice, I send it away. I'm not interested in that. And that's what I think is really important. Like, um, my doctor, I was having a lot of just really hard time focusing in my thoughts and just a lot of energy. And he could tell, he was like, you're allowing too much in. Like, what schizophrenia is like part of the brain that normally can um, close itself off to information. So, like,
Mhm.
necessary information is open and it can't make sense of that information. So, like, you could hear, fuck that, or sorry, I swore, but screw that.
You're good.
You're like on the other side. And that could be the confusing thing because they could be literally hearing or open to information that is that it's at the point where it's not relevant. And that's
You want
where
to
the
hear a cookie one?
ability
That
to close it
you,
down, the
Mhm.
ability to bring down is what determines whether or not there is that illness. And
Okay.
so it's quite literally a functional issue that could be maybe neuroplastically changed, but schizophrenia is one that might be chemical, it might be anatomical, it might need some additional support for the most part, from what
Do
I've
you want to hear
seen.
something funny now? Like, you got to hear this. So, I think, in a sense, it's almost comical because these are the same people that tell you to trust your gut, listen to your inner voice, your inner conscious. Now, if you hear your inner voice, that means you're hearing a voice, but that would make everybody in this freaking world schizophrenic.
Wait, so who are you talking? Who's
So,
they?
I mean, I know you've heard this term, right? Where people tell you, "Oh, trust your inner voice. Listen to your inner voice." What is your inner voice telling you, bro? If you hear voices, technically you're schizophrenic, right? That's what the terminology, what I mean, and the title is given. But if we all have an inner voice and we all hear that inner voice, that means we're all nuts in a sense. I
Yeah,
don't mean to say nuts, but we're all schizophrenic.
yeah, we're
Technically,
all listening to those things. Yeah. Again, it's just whether or not it dictates your life and makes it so that you can't, that you get, and
but the inner voice dictates your life too, though.
yeah, but like when you get lost in a negative spiral because of it, like where
But
you end up,
depression, yeah, but depression does that too to people. Their inner voice does tell
yeah,
them
but
negative things.
exactly, it's just a different one.
Yeah, which brings back the duality.
Well, it actually, more than duality. Whenever somebody is
Is it
lost
a
in duality,
paradox?
it's actually many. So there's not two different mental illnesses, there's many. There's not
Oh no,
two,
I wasn't talking about the mental illness. I was just talking about the positive and the negative voice.
yeah, but even with that, there's not two, there's many.
True.
Duality is, yeah, but there's tons of mental illnesses for sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's a funny thing on duality. Like many people get kind of stuck in that. Um, a friend of mine was like, "Yeah, there's actually like many. There's not like two." And I was like, "Yeah," and it broke that
True.
um because we ourselves can get stuck in a feeling of duality, right and wrong, good and bad, and it's really just like all different shades.
All different shades of gray.
Or just different shades of different colors even. But that doesn't mean that there's not white or gold or like the highest, most beautiful or whatever, but that's still an opinion. So your Aquarian mind would probably understand that pretty well.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It is.
I got bit by something. I think I got bit by like a flea or something. I don't know. Like got in my pocket, my old sleeve. I'm really upset about it. And
You
like
okay?
I'm fine. Once I get a few though, I know like that they're around some like fleas or something. If I have fleas, I've gone through such big flea journeys. But anyways,
Dude, I'm allergic to fleas.
me too. When they bite, I get like welt up. It's horrible. It's like a, how's
I
your
think I'm
baby?
allergic to all parasites.
What?
I think I'm allergic to all parasites.
Are fleas parasites?
I mean, technically,
Oh yeah, yeah. That's so funny. I was just
vampires, parasites, same shit. They're all
yeah,
parasites.
that's what I was just thinking about when you were talking about the full moon. Because like, if somebody has parasites, typically they will have like issues around the full moon because the parasites feel the full moon energy, dude, and they move and do shit. Not my host.
Yeah, I know a few of them. They run around stealing from people and shit like that. Fucking Oh, excuse my language. Parasites.
So that's really interesting. So I wonder how many like people who have mental illness actually have parasites.
You know, there was scientific research on that.
I'm sure there is now.
I remember watching a podcast about it.
Yeah, yeah, because yeah, if it shakes our system up that much where it affects your psyche, then yeah, I'm actually doing a cleanse with that where I just like I'm remineralizing my body. So like if you take minerals or there are ways to
Mhm.
mineralize salt. But
Well, like, I mean, you can eat like I mean, in the physicality aspect, you can eat chili peppers or spicy food. Unfortunately, like I know your situation, so but
yeah, that
um, they talked about using like hertz music or frequency
mhm.
to destroy these parasites as well. You know what I mean? So I remember
Yeah,
watching a podcast on that as well.
yeah, it's kind of a trip.
But I mean,
Mm,
like even the idea of podcasts, like think about that. That podcasts have proven. I mean, it's just physical evidence that a person's mind can grasp, or there's no limitations. Basically, there's no limitations to a person's mind. Only the limits that you put on yourself, right? Because you don't have to be a doctor to have a podcast. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a scholar graduate from Ivy League University to be intellectual or intelligent to run a podcast. And the amount of knowledge that is researched as far as fact checking and just providing evidence in what you are speaking about proves, based on even the memory you store, that we are capable of so much more, like the next evolution of man.
mhm.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are on podcasts that never went to college, just like there's a lot of billionaires that never went to college.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, it's definitely. I think as long as you kind of are able to present yourself in a way where you feel like you can, it kind of shows up when it can. But like, I think that that goes a long way. Like people like to see something that feels real.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, yeah, it's a whole thing. People like you just have to be sure about your niche and find like what you really want to do. But yeah, yeah, I'm so tired, Josh. I should probably get going.
All right,
See you soon.
but
Going.
thank you for
Yeah,
inviting me. This was fun.
it was. Isn't it? As usual, just on
Yeah,
live.
no, it's dope though. Interesting. You know what I mean? Like, never did a live before, so that's what's up. It's the first.
I join. I know I'm new to it, but I just kind of sit here and talk.
That's what's up, though. You know what I mean? But I mean, the topics are relevant, and I mean, it's a fresh start for me. So, and it's something new. So, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you coming on and your words and conversation and voice and um, appreciation. And yeah, I appreciate your friendship.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate yours as well. And as always, I love you. Aloha. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you, well, I'll chat with you.
All right. Sounds good. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Peace out, everyone.
Have a good night. Be well. Stay blessed.